this evening. Guyana Police Force, 735 errant drivers prosecuted using e-ticketing system. Ministry of Public Works restricts vending at Kingston Seawall for beautification and tourism enhancement. Fatal accident claims life of 63-year-old man in Good Hope collision in the region, Colombia volcano. Threats of eruption affects local economy and internationally. NATO'S Stoltenberg makes first wartime visit to Ukraine. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for April 21st, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Tragedy struck the east coast of the Marara once again as another fatal accident occurred on Thursday, claiming the life of a 63-year-old man. The incident happened at Good Hope, where Takurand Simangal lost his life in a collision between his motor van and a parked motor lorry. According to reports, the incident occurred around 6 a.m. on the Good Hope Public Road. Simangal, the owner of motor van GGG 6387, was being driven at the time by 38-year-old Wilfred Sinasi of Shalwood Kitty. Inquiries into the matter revealed that the van was traveling east along the northern driving lane of the road when its left side front portion collided with the right side rear of a parked motor lorry on the north side of the road. The collision resulted in both Simangal and Sanasi sustaining injuries. While Sanasi was picked up in a conscious state, Simangal was found unconscious. The two were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where Simangal was pronounced dead on arrival. Sanasi, on the other hand, is currently admitted at the hospital as a patient suffering from head injuries. The body of the deceased has been taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital mortuary, awaiting a postmortem examination. Up next, the Guyana Police Force has prosecuted 735 errant drivers from December 2022 using the e-ticketing system operationalized along the Eccles to Mandela Highway in September of 2022. The e-ticketing system uses cameras and other technology to monitor traffic accurately, check speed, read license plates, and track any traffic violations to ensure efficient ticketing. Traffic Chief Superintendent Dennis Stevens revealed the number on Thursday. The system operates 24 hours and is expected to encourage drivers to follow the traffic laws, promote greater road discipline, and lower the number of accidents caused by dangerous driving. The Traffic Department utilizes the Safe City initiative, where the CCTV cameras are placed in various parts of the country to identify errant and reckless drivers on the roadway. The Traffic Chief added that as it relates to persons committing themselves on the roadways equipped with CCTV cameras, traffic ramps are placed at the centers to observe traffic violations. Those persons will be prosecuted as it relates to those offenses. The e-ticketing system forms part of the administration's policy to modernize and improve the lives of citizens. It is expected to enhance efficiency in drafting and dispatching tickets, as well as the enforcement of penalties and fines. In other news, a fisherman has been remanded to prison over the murder of a carpenter in Lusignan, East Coast of Marara. 39-year-old Karam Chan Muknat of Lachman Singh Housing Scheme was arraigned before Magistrate Fabio Azor at Vigilance Magistrates Court on Thursday. Muknat was charged with murder but was not required to enter a plea. He was remanded to prison until May 25, 2023, pending the submissions of statement. According to the reports, the victim of the alleged murder was 28-year-old carpenter Abdul Javid Razak, also a resident of Lusignan Housing Scheme. It is alleged that Muknat fatally stabbed Razak during a confrontation between the two. Stick around when we return. Ministry of Public Works restricts vending at Kingston Seawall for beautification and tourism enhancement, and Eid al-Fitr celebrations commence across Guyana, marking the end of Ramadan.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure. always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. It's Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in oil. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a Guyana map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and that is your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head more, you crazy, you mad, you head no good. Why you buy? Look, let me show you the light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash away your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
You got through?
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Public Works has restricted the vending activities at certain areas of the Kingston Seawall due to issues caused by unauthorized vendors. Vending activities are prohibited in specific areas to reduce congestion, encumbrances, noise pollution, and extreme littering around the seawall bandstand and adjacent areas. The restriction also aims to prevent vendors from blocking the seawall promenade and vandalizing government infrastructure and amenities. The government hopes that this intervention will aid in the ongoing beautification project at the bandstand area and add value to the country's tourism sector. Strict enforcement measures will be taken to ensure compliance with the initiative. In 2020, $5 million went into making the Kingston Seawall a tourist hub. In other news, the Ministry of Health has issued a health advisory for the rainy season, urging the public to pay attention to personal hygiene, vector control, food and water safety, and public health. The advisory includes tips for avoiding skin infections, diarrhea, and leptospirosis that can be contracted through contact with floodwaters. The ministry advises using protective gears on mosquito nets, repellents, and coils to protect against mosquitoes, which are prevalent during the rainy season. The advisory also recommends using safe water for consumption, cooking, brushing teeth, and thoroughly washing hands with soap and water or hand sanitizers. It also guides appropriate storing and disposing of garbage and caring for equipment during floods. Wrapping up this segment of the news, despite heavy downpours, Muslims across Guyana are joyfully celebrating Eid al-Fitr today, marking the end of the month-long fasting period of Ramadan. This critical festival holds immense significance in the Islamic calendar, and the Muslim community in Guyana has come together to celebrate the occasion with great enthusiasm. The heavy rainfalls has not deterred the spirits of the Muslim community, as people were seen gathering at various mosques across the country to participate in the special Eid prayer. Muslims are celebrating Eid al-Fitr to mark the end of the holy month of Ramadan after a month of fasting, praying, and reflecting. Muslims come together to celebrate this joyous occasion. Don't go away after the break. NATO'S Stoltenberg makes first wartime visit to Ukraine, and SpaceX's Starship rocket explodes after launch.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for doing surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document planting flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radica went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and so is your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle, and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head more? You crazy? You mad? You head no good? Why you look, let me show you that light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash you your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
You got through?
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Scientists in Colombia are warning a volcano could erupt at any time. The Nevado del Reyes volcano lies in a densely populated farming region. Many people say they do not want to leave and lose what they have. Al Jazeera's Lina Abdul Akil reports.
An eerie quiet in what are usually busy streets and shops. President Gustavo Petro ordered 2,500 people to leave the town of Murillo 2 weeks ago, over fears the nearby Nevado del Ruiz volcano could erupt. Many decided to stay, but tourists are staying away.
La gente tiene miedo de venir y pues estamos muy afectados desde.
People are afraid to come here. We are very affected. We were waiting for Easter, which is a good season, but we had major losses because they closed everything. There is unemployment because people who used to work in different places are out of work.
Last month, authorities issued an orange alert, warning of a probable eruption in the coming days or weeks. The Colombian Geological Services has since recorded an increase in seismic activity and clouds of volcanic ash. Many small business owners and farmers say they can't afford to leave.
They have asked us to leave, but our jobs are here. Many people have a lot of work with cattle.
Local hotels, restaurants, and shops face heavy losses. Those who already have little say they have no choice.
Our life is worth more than an animal and other things. But as poor people, we have to go on. It's not fair that we leave our homes and our belongings behind. If the government supports us, it will be helpful, but we can't lose our things.
For now, people here say they have little option but to wait. Dina Abu Akle, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, NATO's Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has made his first visit to Ukraine since the Russian invasion. He told Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky that he sees Ukraine's rightful place as inside the military alliance. It comes as Ukraine prepares for its expected spring offensive. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
A handshake that will infuriate Russia. President Volodymyr Zelensky hosted the leader of NATO, Jens Stoltenberg, for a meeting in Kiev. And after more than a year of war, Stoltenberg carried a message that Ukraine can eventually find a place in the Western military alliance.
Let me be clear. Ukraine's rightful place is in the Euro-Atlantic family. Ukraine's rightful place is in NATO. And over time, our support will help you make this possible.
It's not the first time Stoltenberg has said this kind of thing, but the symbolism of him saying it in Kiev is powerful. The Kremlin was quick to respond, saying that Ukraine's shift towards NATO was one of the reasons why Russia began what it calls its special operation in the first place. But for President Zelensky, it's a moment of hope.
We interpret this visit of the Secretary-General, the first of the full-scale war, as a sign that the NATO alliance is ready to start a new chapter in relations with Ukraine, a chapter of ambitious decisions. I urge the Secretary-General to help overcome the restraint of our partners in supplying some weapons, including long-range weapons, modern aviation, artillery and armour. Delaying decisions is time that is lost for peace, and this means the lives of our warriors.
What Zelensky will immediately get is more of this. Russian-designed MiG-29 fighter jets donated by its neighbour and NATO member Slovakia. They may be old stock, retired from use by Slovakia last year, but Ukrainian pilots are familiar with them, and they can go straight into service as Ukraine prepares for its imminent spring offensive. But more immediate needs are defensive. Russian air attacks by missiles and drones continue. 8 civilians were killed in this attack on the eastern city of Slavyansk last week. The Ukrainian Air Force Command now admits that it needs more ammunition for its air defences.
And finally, SpaceX has launched the biggest and most powerful rocket ever made in landmark tests. Thousands had gathered to watch the launch from southern Texas. Al Jazeera's Colin Barker has more.
First, the race to space was just about getting there. Now it's about getting a lot of people or a lot of heavy equipment off our planet at once. At least it is for SpaceX CEO Elon Musk. Starship is supposed to be the largest vehicle ever sent to space. Standing at 120 meters in stainless steel, it's designed to propel 100 people or more than 100 tons of equipment to orbit. And Musk is the only space entrepreneur making that bet. He says it could ferry passengers around the world in half an hour. But he says his ultimate vision, to colonize Mars, is built on ideals.
Life can't just be about solving problems. They have to be things that inspire you. And going out there and being a multi-planet species and being a spacefaring civilization and making science fiction not fiction forever, I think that's one of those things.
Musk has had a tough year. Tesla, his electric car company, is facing competition in a sector it used to dominate. And after paying $44 billion for Twitter in October, he told employees in March the company is now worth half that. But in just a decade, SpaceX has proven that rockets, once thought disposable, can be safely reused. Getting Starship to the launch pad has not been cheap. In 2020 and 21, early versions performed spectacular flips and plunges over the swamps of southern Texas, but exploded on landing.
The other way of viewing this is that this is just an experiment. Like, we're going to do this and then see if this is a possibility of a market. But if you can treat a $100 million rocket as an experiment, there's a lot of things that you can consider experiments.
The bigger question is how or why such a craft would ever be used.
We don't have any of the systems in place on how to handle that sort of volume of people, what that social organization would look like. I would say that when it comes to thinking about, Starship and what the future might bring for it, just because we can build a rocket doesn't mean that we can build a civilization.
Musk, who has celebrated previous failures, said the first test was always a 50-50 bet. A safe prediction. Colin Baker, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. This concludes today's headline news update. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other, and do have a wonderful weekend.